Ahoy mates, I am the River Pirate. Welcome to my channel, the River Pirate 13. Please stab that subscribe button. Today, I'm going to go on a rant. And you say, River Pirate, what are you going to rant about? I'm going to rant about rum. What else? And I'm going to also fit in a review of the Flor de Cana 18. So, hold fast. Pirate joke. What happens when you take the letter P out of pirate? Take your time. He becomes irate. And that's what I feel. I feel irate. And I feel irate because, well, the bourbon and whiskey industry is got cohesiveness and has measures as to what is bourbon and what's whiskey and what kind of whiskey it is. Rum, unfortunately, is the wild, wild west. Alright, mates, I'm going to put my spectacles on and I'm talking the good old American English and not the on the deck English. So that's my rant about rum. I wish that there was some kind of, I don't know, some sort of a internationally recognized way to measure what rum is. Irish whiskey is very, very I don't want to say the word regulated, but it really is. It's basically, you can't claim one thing and it not be another. It's like kind of like champagne and from France, it's what cava from Spain. They can't call it champagne because it's not from, well, France and champagne. And a lot of other spirits have that same, I guess you would call it a regulating how what is and isn't can be called that spirit, and rum doesn't have that. It's, again, as the River Pirate said, it's the wild, wild west. So, one thing I want to clarify about where I see it, I always say, enjoy the rum you're drinking, okay? I'm definitely not a rum snob. I have no interest in snobbery of rum. I want you to know, I'm not a rum snob. Just so you know that. I will never criticize anybody for drinking a particular rum or telling them why it's terrible. I would never do that. I am neither a purist or a person that, looks at the mixer rums and say, oh, wow, that's the best rum ever. I'm not either. I like most rums. There's some rums I've had that I don't really care for, but the reality is, though, you have to find a rum that you like. And one thing I do not do is I don't put a whole lot of weight in age claims. I don't care who makes it. I don't care what country it's from. The reality is, unless there's a photograph of like a newspaper right next to the barrel is being filmed that shows the date and the time that that barrel was being filled, I have no way of knowing when it was filled, how old it actually is. Have they done anything to it? Don't know. But the reality is, I don't care. I just want a rum that I enjoy. So if when you're trying to explore the rum world, take it with a grain of salt. With if anyone telling you, oh, that's just a terrible rum. You shouldn't drink that one. That's deceptive advertising. Well, the reality is it might be. I don't know. Could very well be. It's very, very possible. There's a lot of creative marketing going on in the rum world right now, and it's, if somebody's not familiar with it, they, may go, oh wow, I've got this 25-year aged rum, or 23-year, or whatever it says, 24 or whatever, and you're like, the reality is it may not be 2% of it's 24-year, and 98% of it's 5-year, and they've dumped a bunch of brown sugar in it for all you know. You really don't know. Well, there's only a finite amount of aged rum out there. It's not like there's millions of barrels of 25-year aged rum sitting somewhere in some warehouse waiting for someone to drink it. It's fractional. So a fraction of a fraction of a fraction that's aged that long. So in order to get the smoothness out of it, sometimes they add brown sugar at the end of it, or some kind of additive to give that. It might be just a smidge. It might, on a hydrometer measure, it might be 5 milliliters, or it might be 10 milligrams, whatever. But should you be educated about your rum? Absolutely. Should there be honest labeling on rum? Absolutely. But right now, there is no rum body that oversees everything, that's been able to get all parties together to come to agreement on this. So for now, it's kind of like a free-for-all, and you just have to be educated on yourself. Quite frankly, I'm just going to keep saying it again. I don't care what the label says. I really don't care. I care what a hydrometer test has shown. If the hydrometer test says there's nothing been added afterwards, then I'm good. I don't really like ones that have added stuff. If they add anything to it, just a little bit, 5 milligram, whatever it is, a fraction, small amount, I can live with it. It's not a big deal. It's only when they dump a bunch of sugar in it, to get the, then I'm like, that's not true. It's not really good, healthy wise. So with that, that's my rant. So now for the rum review. Okay, mates. So I'm going to sample the Flor de Cana. It says Centaurio, 18-year-old. Okay? Fair trade certified, 50,000 trees planted annually since 2005. Distilled using 100% clean energy. Gluten-free. All right. Sounds carbon neutral certified. Oh, that's great. Good. This rum is, the sugarcane field is at the bottom of the San Cristobal volcano in Nicaragua. Someplace I'd like to visit sometime, I might add. So, River Pirate, you say 18. Is it aged 18 years? I have no idea. I really don't know. It grabs your eye. I'm going to go with, it's probably an aged rum, whether it's got 2% 18-year in it or 50% 18-year. I don't know. But I'm going to try it anyways and see what I get. So one thing about the bottle, when you look at it, it's got a really nice heavy glass. It's a nice looking bottle with the gold and the black trim. It looks great. And then on the top, I'll try to put it in the camera, you've got the nice labeling on there. So the bottle looks great. It's 130th anniversary of this rum company. 40% alcohol, 80 proof. So let's go for a pour. And wait, hold on a second. I only turned this way so you all are happy to hear this. This looks like a cork. Now that's a cork. Yeah, I think might actually be a real cork. I don't know. Put in the comments if you think it's a real cork. It doesn't feel as rubbery as the last one I did. This actually feels like someone actually, found a cork tree. I don't know. All right, let's pour it. Pirate pour, of course. And let's pull it up to the window. And I know you're like, River Pirate, why don't you use those nice sniffing glasses everybody uses? When they do the reviews with the nice, kind of like that hurricane glass kind of thingy looking. Because I want a real pirate glass, that's why. Just kidding. I just like this glass, that's all it is. It's got a nice dark really nice dark color. This is not a dark rum, by the way, but it's got a really dark color to it. Let's take a sniff of it. Oh, this is Flor de Cana for sure. You get that caramel smell right off the nose. You got that oak barrel. So I can say without a doubt, this rum was sitting in an oak barrel somewhere. And I think it was sitting there for a while. And it was probably hot and humid. I'm not going to say there were, jungle animals jumping all over the barrels, but it was obviously in a high humidity area because it smells wonderful. Wonderful smell. All right, enough sniffing. Let's start drinking it. Very smooth. You definitely get it's got definitely a caramel taste to it. And you can kind of get the oak, there's like an oaky flavor to it too. Almost like a burnt, almost like a burnt brown sugar. So I'm going to go with maybe they're charring the barrels and that's how we're getting this color out of it. But definitely a nice flavor. Not a lot of burn. You might ask me, how is this different than the 12, Flor de Cana 12? I would argue that this is slightly smoother than the 12. Is it worth the extra money from the 12 when this is running about $50 a bottle and the 12 is only running about a little over $30? It's up to you. Personally, I think the 12 hits the numbers for what I call value, meaning you get all the benefits of something like this without spending, almost, I guess it'd be almost $20 more. But when you want to splurge, you splurge on the 18. Yeah, delicious. Absolutely delicious. Definitely a sipping rum. I would say anybody who's like a bourbon whiskey drinker would like this. I like it in the fact that it has the smoothness of the better bourbons and the whiskeys. So I think they would see some. It's sweeter, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn on that. Maybe they wouldn't like it because it's a little bit sweeter, but because it's rum. But all right, let's throw some ice in it and see if that changes the flavor profile. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm going to throw this funky looking ice cube in there. And I'm going to let it chill. And chill some more. And to see if it opens up the flavors. Oh, that changed the profile. Wow, that's almost instantaneously. Wow. What I couldn't taste before, but now I can taste, is more of a banana flavor to this rum. It's subtle, but this is what I'm thinking. It tastes like a banana. Not sweet banana. I'm not talking about, where you're going, wow, this is a banana. Yeah, this is great. No, it's a subtle, kind of like just that hint of banana flavor to it. Definitely a lot more caramel now. Good. I'm going to say it right off the. Neat is good. Ice with this is great. So, what do I think about Flor de Cana 18? I will say that putting 18 on the number thing and saying 18 years old may be true. It doesn't use the word aged. So clever marketing there, right? And a lot of your infomercials, just for the record, always call now. If you're the next caller in the next 60 minutes, you get 2 of these, right? So, and people, they wouldn't afford to run the commercials if people weren't running to it. So, do I think it's a marketing thing to put the 18 on the label to draw your eye and go, that's 18-year rum. I'm gonna get that. That must be better than that 12 year sitting there. I don't want that 12. I want the 18. Probably. But I'm not in the business of, I guess you call the moral judging of a rum when the entire industry itself doesn't have cohesiveness to decide what's what. So until that day arrives, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Enjoy the rum you're drinking. Don't worry. The agent claims until there is some kind of a, I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say that I hate regulation. I like freedom, just for the record. We'd be pirates. We didn't want the British Empire telling us what to do, or any empire for that matter. But there has to be some kind of agreement as to what rum actually is. And if they have to categorize it, just like champagne is from France, cava from Spain, any kind of bubbly wine you can come up with, it's got another name to it, so be it. And in a way it kind of is. I mean, when you see spiced rum, I kind of know, well, that's not rum. That's something that's been kind of like it's in the category of flavored. So I don't have it kind of tells me ahead of time what's going on there. So with that, I don't have anything else for you. Trying to think of anything else to tell you guys. Thanks for watching my videos. I know I've been doing this for about, I don't know, I gotta think about it now. It's been a while. Let's say 5 or 6 years. I do it for fun. I'm not in it to go make money with YouTube or anything else. And check out my Instagram account. Same name, The River Pirate 13. I do more. That is much more wide open. It's a lot more beer, sometimes rum, mostly beaches, mostly whatever cool thing I'm doing that time. It's the life of a 17th, 18th century pirate in the 21st century. It's kind of how I kind of treat it. I got some collaboration videos coming up, so I'm kind of excited about those. By the way, I don't have any rum designations, just so you know. So if you're wondering, hey, did you go to rum school? Nope, never did. Couldn't tell you. I'll leave those to the experts that know how to, figure out, the different, I don't know what to call it. I'd prefer them tell you than me, because I'm not the guy to tell you. I can just tell you if I like it or I don't like it. As simple as that. So, if you're asking me, is Flor de Cana 18 a pirate rum? Of course it's a pirate rum. We raided that village, a couple of villages on there. At least the Buccaneers did. Many, many times. Is it worth the extra money over the 12? My opinion, I've done the 7 and the 12 already. I would tell you to start with Flor de Cana 7 because that's the most economical one. It's like $20, sometimes even less. Throw it on ice. If you start liking it, if you like it, try the 12. If you think 12 is like really awesome and stuff, and then all of a sudden you get that scratch off you've always wanted to have, that you just won $500 on a scratch off, and you're like, I'm going to splurge. The 18's a good one. I'm not going to do a review of the 25. I did try the 25 recently on the cruise ship last year, and it's perfect for someone who loves whiskey and bourbon. It's got burn like you've never seen. It doesn't. The 18 profile is much better. The 12 and 18 have a much better profile than the 25. I don't know. Maybe if you add water to it and stuff, maybe it. I didn't do any of that, so maybe I'm not going to spend that kind of money on rum to find out that it's no different than what I had on the ship in the Caribbean. All right, with that, that's the end of this rum review. Sorry I've uh, rattled on. I wanted to clear the air. Clear the air after the cannons have fired. Um, I want you to enjoy rum. I want you to have fun with rum. I don't want you to take any stock in anybody telling you that the rum you're drinking isn't that great or is something wrong with it or this one's better than this one's better or or you're just like a total loser drinking rum, whatever they might say. Um, you're going to have to find it on your own. My best suggestion, what I do is when I go to a bar or a liquor, well, mostly a bar, I'll ask for a shot of some rum I see on there, and I'll try it and see if I like it. I'll try it neat, and I'll ask them to throw an ice cube in it. If I like it that much, I'll go buy it. It's the best way to do it. Are there whiskeys I like? Yeah, I like Angel's Envy. I like that one. I don't have it very often because A, it's expensive. Well, it's not really that expensive, but it's expensive enough, and I don't. It's not sweet, and I just like it a little bit sweeter. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, other than that, I'm gonna leave you with this. When you drink rum like a pirate.